Hi, everybody. Welcome to 5 Minute Fix with Mina, episode number 7. Today's idea prompt brought to you by Nana, who suggested Abhi finding Rockstar doll and Fugi doll in Pragya's room when he isn't sure whether he loves her or not. I'm going to change that a little bit to the most recent episode where he does know he loves her and he has gone to her room to decorate it and give her gifts. And what if he found Rockstar doll and Fugi doll at that point? So Abhi is in Pragya's room. Pragya is in her washroom. He's waiting for her to come out and trying to use his time to create a romantic atmosphere. And our 5 minutes will start now because I forgot to start it. So yeah, creating a romantic atmosphere. And when he's putting down the roses or something, he happens to see two dolls. And he's like, what's this about? And he stares at them for a long time because one of them looks a lot like him and he's really confused. Where did she get a doll that looks like him? He doesn't remember giving anybody the permission to manufacture dolls that look like him. But here's his doll that has, his t-shirt and his bracelets and his bandana and his jeans and what's going on? What is this? And he wonders if she made it herself. And then there's this other doll beside it, which is just this like yellow blonde doll with glasses, which he also doesn't understand what this is. And he's wondering, like, are these toys from when she was younger? Are these somebody else's? Like, why does she have them? But the more he stares at them, the more he thinks that they're actually really cute. And something is tickling the back of his mind that he feels like he's seen them before. And then all of a sudden, he starts to have flashes of this crazy scene with Pragya in a yellow sari, acting crazy and driving him nuts and presenting the doll in front of him. And then he remembers that she called the doll her boyfriend, and that she handed him the yellow doll and said to date the yellow doll. And basically he's having a flashback of the night when Mugambo bought Rockstar doll. And he's really confused, so he sits down on the edge of Pragya's bed and like holds his head in his hands. And just so many memories start flashing in his mind. And it turns out that the dolls are the key to getting back Abhi's memory. And just seeing the dolls and thinking about the dolls is what unleashes a whole cascade of Abhi's past memories. And even though it's really overwhelming and crazy for everything to come to his mind at once, it sort of all fits into place as he is thinking about the dolls and seeing them in front of him. And instead of having like an attack and a fit where he can't deal with the onslaught, instead it's like everything suddenly makes sense to him and he's back to the Abhi that he was before the car accident. And he can't believe everything that's happened, and it's a lot for one person to take in and understand in just a few minutes. But Abhi, being Abhi, manages to, because this is the truth. And when you finally hear the truth, that it settles over you like a blanket of security. It's something that you really are able to cope with because it's the truth. Let's just say that that's how it works for Abhi. So here he is, still sitting in his wife's room. Now he knows it's his wife's room, with all of this random romantic stuff that he bought for his friend who he was going to propose to, sort of wasn't sure about, and all of these memories he has, and all this crazy realization that he spent like 4 months, 6 months, however long it's been, not living his real life, and everyone around him kind of enabled the lies about it. So he's, like, he's relieved but confused but annoyed, and you can just imagine that he just has so many emotions. And he doesn't even know what he wants to do first. But he stands up and he goes to the dresser or wherever it is, that the shelf, the desk that Pragya has the dolls on, and he picks them up and he holds them, and they kind of help him calm down and remember that this is what his life is about. This is what he needs his life to be about. Him and Pragya, his life going forward is about them together, and the dolls symbolize that, and holding on to the dolls helps him remember that, like, this is the anchor of his world. So even though his world is just rocked because he just remembered everything about who he is and what's happened to him, that helps him calm down a little bit. But then Pragya comes out, drying her hair, and then freaks out and drops his towel, and he's staring at Pragya with her wet hair. And everything else kind of goes out of his mind because Pragya with wet hair has that effect on Abhi. And he's just sort of stunned and happy, and like, that feeling you get when your heart's about to explode with joy because just the most perfect and beautiful thing is in front of your eyes and you're experiencing just the best thing ever. That's where Abhi's at. And that is where I am going to leave you guys at. Just the beautiful, happy moment of Abhi seeing Pragya for the first time after getting his memory back. And his overwhelming emotion is joy and happiness and relief. And also, he's holding the dolls in his hands because the dolls are the key. That was the story for today. Thanks very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you again for another story another time. Thanks, guys. Bye.